Good morning, all. It is a cold Melbourne morning here. Today we're going to be looking at the Crazy Train solo. Let's take a look.
I'm going off the rails on a crazy train.
Good times. What a fun solo. All right, let's take a look at it. We'll break it down, do it at a polite speed. Let's start off on the second string. I've got my left hand doing 10 and 7 with some hammer-on action, and my right hand is doing the tap. So I start off on 14, and I'm holding down the 10 with my left hand with the ring. So I'm doing 2 taps with the 14, and then pulling off to that 10, and then going back to the 7, and then back to the 10 again. So it goes. We do 4 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the same idea, the tap goes over to 15. Okay. After that, I bring my ring finger back. I like to do these bends because it's quite a large one. Using all 3 fingers on this bend from 7th fret of the 2nd string. And I'm bending up and down and doing a tap on 10. Now I think Randy might just do a trill and whammy that, but for funsies, I do a bend with the tap. If you don't have a whammy bar like me, this is a good way to get a relatively similar sound. So I'm kind of working in triplets. I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and just sort of working up and then back on the next triplet. Very pleasant sound. Then at the end of that, I go. So I do a bend on 9 of the 3rd string, and then I play 10 of the string beneath. That's the 2nd string, while I'm holding that bend. And then do another one at the end of that. So let's have a look at that entire section. Okay, the next section starts with this phrase. The best to stay on it, but you get the idea. I want to go from 17 to the 1st string, and we're going to go 17, 16, 14, and then a heroic vibrato bend on 17 of the 2nd. And then at the end of that, I go, which is 14, 16, 17 on the 1st, and then I bend that 17 with another pick. So it goes all together. And we follow that up with. Alright, so the way I kind of think of this, don't think of it as too many notes at once. I kind of like to think of it as multiple groups of 4. So I'll play it slowly and count how I'm thinking about it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it just goes a bit of extra stuff at the end. So let's do those slow groups of 4 together. I'm going from 14 to the 1st string. I'm doing 14 to 17 as a hammer-on into a pull-off. And then I end on 17 of the string above. And that's our first group of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the next group of 4 is from 14 to the 1st. And then I go 17, 15, 14 on the 2nd string. Okay. Third group of 4 is 15 to 14 as a pull-off on the 2nd string, and then I go to 16, 14 on the string above. So it'll go. Okay, let's have a look at that last group of 4 now. I just want to add in one extra pull-off to the end of that, so it'll go. Okay, let's have a look at the very last piece of that, and then we'll move on. I do a big bend on 16 of the 3rd string, and then I've got my pinky, or whatever finger you've got, going to 17 of the 2nd while I'm sustaining that bend. And then another bend, and then I'm just going back to 14 and just adding a bit of a vibrato for a bit of flavour. So we're going. Okay, we're at third section now. This is the ridiculous hammer-on section, so let's take a look. The first bit, it goes from 14 to 17. I do 6 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On the 7, 8 count, I bring it over 1 fret, so that's 18 and 15. And then another fret on the 8th count, which is 19 to 16. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? The next one goes from 21 to 17, and I do 8 of these in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, the next one only does 6, and I'm going from 19 to 16. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. After that, I go into this phrase. Alright, let's have a look at that last phrase after all that hammer-on-y business. I'm doing a hammer-on into a pull-off from 14 to 16 on the first string, and then go to 17 to the string above, which is the second. I hit the second string again from that 17. I'm doing the 17 bend, and then hitting 17 of the first string with my pinky, and then hitting that 17 bend again. At the end of that, to lead into the final phrase, I go, which is 15, 14, and then ring finger on 16 to the string above. So that last bit goes, okay, we've just come out of, after that we go into this. Alright, so I go here as a flat finger on 14 of the second and third string rather. I'm going a slight groovy bend, and then I'm going 16, 14 on the fourth string. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's exactly the same phrase 4 times, and then I go. Let me slow that down. This doesn't have to be exact, but I think of it as and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and slide, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and slide. So it goes. And then we've just got the big run into the final bend. So let's have a look at this slowly. Okay, so I'm starting from 10 at the top string. This is all legato, so we don't want to have to pick the whole thing. Let's be reasonable and be easy on ourselves. I'm starting from 10, and I'm going 10, 12, 14 on the top string. And then I'm going to 11, 12, 14 on the next string. Okay, and I do this one twice. And then when I get to the fourth string, I do 11, 12, 14 again. So I go a little bit slower. 10, 12, 14, 11, 12, 14, 11, 12, 14, and we drop it down. And then there's 4 more kind of groups of 3. Let's slow that down. This one starts from the fourth string. I'm going 12, 14, 16. And then I shuffle over to a closer in shape. So I've got that semitone and then full tone thing. I'm going 13, 14, 16. And in that same shape, a string up, but a fret forward as well. So that'll go 14, 15, 17. Then after that, on the same string, I'm going 15, 17, 19. So let's try all 8 of those groups of 3 back to back. Also, you'll notice that instead of it being kind of an openy kind of sound, I'm getting a bit of a mute on that legato just to keeps it a little bit more aggressive, and it's just got a cool tone to it. So we've got that. We've just done, and then the final bit is a big bend on 19 of the first string. Just bring it down back to its rest position and give it a bit of vibrato. And that's it. That's the Crazy Train solo. So hope you've enjoyed episode 2 of Learn That Solo. Please leave a comment. Give me some ideas of what you guys want next. There will be more videos coming. See you soon. Bye.